The next concept, that is combined standard deviation. So in previous case, we have calculated the individual standard deviation, and we have that observations we have given with the class intervals. We have calculated that standard deviation. Here, when we have the two groups here, if two groups are there, that is N1 group and N2 group with means of x1 bar and x2 bar and with standard deviations of sigma 1 and sigma 2. Here, two groups, that is N1 group of observations, N2 group of observations, and that mean value of that N1 group of observation, that is x1 bar, and mean of N2 group of observation, that is x2 bar, and that standard deviation of N1 group of observation sigma 1 and standard deviation of group of observations of N2 is sigma 2. Here N1 N2 means, in previous case we have taken that class means mark sheet of a particular class of a particular subject. So similarly we can take one more subject marks. Here in the previous case we have taken the mathematics marks, for example, and in case of mathematics and statistics means two groups of marks we have taken. That's total students, for example 10 students of mathematics, 10 student marks of mathematics, that is group of N1, 10 students marks of statistics marks, that is N2. Here we have two groups. So with that first group we have individual mean and individual standard deviation, and similarly in the second group of mark means, that is statistics marks, also we have individual mean and standard deviation. Here we are going to collecting that combined mean of these two, combined standard deviation of this two subjects marks. So for that purpose we can use this formula, that is then sigma 1 2. Sigma 1 2 is nothing but a standard deviation of two groups, that is called as combined standard deviation. So sigma 1 2 is equals to, the formula is N1, that is the first observation N1, and means the first number of observations of first thing, and sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 sigma 2 square plus d2 square by n1 plus n2. But what about d1 d2? Sigma 1 2 is the standard deviation of two groups, n1 number of observations of first group and second group, then sigma 1 the first group standard deviation, sigma 2 the second group standard deviation. But what about d1 d2? Then we can calculate this d1 d2 values, that is deviations we can calculate here. D1 is equals to x1 2 bar minus x1 bar. X1 bar is nothing but mean value of first group. Then D2 is equals to x1 2 bar minus x1 bar. X1 2 bar is nothing but combined mean. So already we got calculate that combined mean in previous examples. Combined mean x1 2 is equals to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar by n1 plus n2. So this combined mean we can calculate, means with the help of these observations, and afterwards we have to calculate this deviations of this individual observation, that is d1 and d2, that with the help of x1 2 bar minus x1 bar, then d2 is equal to x1 2 bar minus x2 bar. So here we can calculate this d1 and d2 by substituting these values into this group. We can calculate this combined standard deviation. Similarly means, already we got calculate this combined mean. This similar example is for combined standard deviation. Okay, take the example, that is to calculate this combined mean. So combined standard deviation, combined standard deviation here, N1 that is the first group of observation, that is 100, N2 second group of observation, that is 150. Then first group of observation, the mean of this first group N1 is nothing but 50, and mean of this second group, that is 40, and standard deviation of first group, that is 5, that standard deviation of second group, that is 6. Means here we have individual means and standard deviation of individual group of items. So in first group contains 100 items and second group contains 150 items. The mean of these 100 items, that is 50, and the standard deviation of this 100 items, that is 5. Thus mean of this 150, that is 40, and standard deviation of this 150, that is 6. So here we need to calculate this combined standard deviation. So here combined mean of 250 items. So here we have to calculate this combined standard deviation of 250 items. So to calculate this combined standard deviation of 250 items, so first we have the formula, that is standard deviation of, that is combined standard deviation sigma 1 2 is equals to n1. Already we discussed this problem, n1 sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 sigma 2 square plus d2 square by n1 plus n2 under root. Here to calculate this d1 d2 values means, to calculate this D1, D2 values, what is the D1 is equals to x12 bar minus x1 bar. X12 bar is nothing but a combined mean. Here sigma 12 is combined standard deviation, x12 is combined mean. So to calculate this deviation D1, we need to calculate this combined mean minus individual mean. Then similarly, the combined mean of these 250 items minus individual mean of this second item, second observation. So here to calculate this combined mean value, that is x12 bar, x n1 x1 plus n2 x2, n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar by n1 plus n2, that is equals to n1, how much it is, 100. We got substituted into x1 bar, that is mean value of first observation, that is 50, plus 150 into 40 by 100 plus 150. So 100 plus 150, that is n1 100 plus x1 bar 50, n2 150, x2 bar 40. So 100 into 50 plus 150 into 40 by 100 plus 150. It is equals to 500 into 50, 5000 plus 150 into 40, 6000 by 100 plus 150, 250. That is equals to 44. This is x12 bar. So similarly, we have to calculate this D1 bar is equals to, sorry, D1 is equals to, here D1 is equals to x12 bar minus x1 bar. It implies what is x12 bar? 44 minus what is x1 bar? 50. So it implies minus 6. Similarly, D2 bar is equal, D2 is equals to x12 bar minus x2 bar, that is equals to x12 bar, that is equals to 44 minus x2 bar, how much it is, x2 bar 40, 44 minus 40, that is equals to 4. So here we got calculated D1, D2. Here we have D1, D2, sigma 1, sigma 2, N1, N2. Then we can substitute this into this formula. Directly we can substitute these values into this formula. So here we will get this that is equals to under root, what is N1 is equals to 100 into sigma 1, that is 5 square, 5 square plus D1 square. What is D1? Minus 6, minus 6 square. Okay, plus N2 is equals to N2, that is 150. Okay, into then D2 sigma 2 square, sigma 2 6, 6 square minus, sorry, 6 square plus what is that next, sigma 2 square plus D2 square, D2 how much it is, 4 square. Okay, by whole by N1 plus N2, N1 is equals to 100, N2 is equals to 150, 100 plus 150. Then here similarly when be termed as 100, 5 square means, to simplify this, 100 into 5 square, 25 plus 6 square, 25 plus 36, 25 plus 36 here plus 150 into 36 plus 16 by 250. So here what we did, 25, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, then 6 square 36 plus 4 square 60. Okay, here to simplify this, what is that, 100 into under root 25 plus 36, that is 61, 100 into 61 plus 150 into 36 plus 16, 36 plus 15, 50 plus 51 by how much it is, 250. Okay, so that is 6100, 61 into 100, 6100, then plus 150 into 51. So 150 into 15 5s are 7, so 15 5s are 75, 75 means 7500, 7650, 7,650 by 250. Okay. To simplify this, we will get the answer.